Never in my life did I think I would be doing air quality alert updates. I'm just,
That wasn't on your bingo card?
Was not on my bingo card, but it is today. Good morning and welcome to Nature Watch. Nature Watch is sponsored by Waddell's Nursery Floral Garden and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. And now your host of Nature Watch, Gary Miller.
Good morning.
Good morning. You know what I saw this morning for the first time? I got out of my chair a few minutes ago and guess what I saw outside?
Sun?
Clouds.
Oh, yeah. You can see
I was able to see them.
Yeah. A little hazy up there, but I think part of that's moisture because you can see the clouds are building probably for some of those thunderstorms later on this morning.
Yeah.
And that rain yesterday seemed to clean the air out some and took some of the heat out too, so it was good.
Yeah, it was. I actually walked out into the rain just as it started yesterday, and it was like I'm like, this is bonfire rain. So all I smelled was bonfire smoke and warm rain, and I'm just like, oh, this is weird.
I say it rained hard enough in my house. I think you could have taken a shower in it. It was raining pretty hard. I had half an inch of rain, so.
And it didn't last long either.
It did not.
No.
But it also, surprisingly, as fast as it came, it just soaked into the ground because the ground is dry.
Yep.
We're a little drier in the state of Michigan.
Yep.
Again.
Yep.
We're up to, about 2.52%.
Now, those numbers, that's nowhere near where we were in the past when we were.
No, and actually, the 2.52% is actually that was the moderate drought condition up in around the Keweenaw and Isle Royale, but on the western end of the Upper Peninsula along the shoreline there, Lake Superior shoreline, that's a moderate drought, and that's 2.52%.
Okay.
Total in the state is 9.91%, and we've added in all the way over to Sault Ste. Marie from Whitefish Point, so it's expanded in the Upper Peninsula. Lower Peninsula so far is drought condition free.
Okay.
So far. This next week looks like we maybe a chance of rain, maybe a couple of chances later today, and maybe tomorrow. Looks like Monday night into Tuesday. So we'll see.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of farmers running their irrigation.
Oh, yes. It's very, very dry. I know we've watered our garden several times. We were thinking about watering it yesterday, and we got some rain, so did not have to. But another day or so, we probably will again.
Yeah, well, let's hope we get some decent rain out of this. In fact, I'm looking at radar right now, and there's pretty much nothing until you get into eastern Iowa, around north of Waterloo, west of Dubuque.
Yeah, but I know there's on the hourly forecast, looks like we might have a chance later this morning. And when I was coming in, you can see the clouds are building some of those thunderheads up. So we might be getting some rain here soon.
Yeah, the atmosphere is active enough to where we're just going to create our own. We don't need to wait on eastern Iowa.
No. So one thing I noticed this morning, I walked out of the house, and it's that time of year you could smell the corn sweat.
I can't smell the wood is overpowering the corn sweat. I'm sorry. It just, and I don't feel it this year like I had in years past. I really don't.
Well, it's still just the 18th of July. We got time.
I know.
And corn's actually just starting to pollinate, so you're going to be a lot more.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
The weed pollen is up. Count is up. I know it. That hasn't been helping the air quality either. So, air quality this last week was not good, especially the last few days.
No, we're over 500, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Jim that I stepped out of the house this morning to come in, and this is the first time I've been out of the house for almost 2 days.
Okay. Now, I did take a look before we went on air because I was telling you, hey, my app has a air quality thing on it. It's pretty cool. I dialed up Traverse City. They're at 70 this morning. But you cross Lake Michigan into the Upper Peninsula, and we're at 199. Yeah, that is coming down this way later today into tomorrow. How long and how thick it is, of course, is anyone's guess.
Looked like on the IQ Air website on their hourly forecast, looked like about sometime between 10 and 11 p.m. tonight, we're going to go over 100, and then we're up in the hundreds, like between 100 and 200 for pretty well most of the night, and then tomorrow it goes up a little higher.
Okay, well, that's cool. Soccer's on. I'll sit inside and watch that. I'm good with it.
So all that particulate matter, not good. I'm going to talk a little bit about that a little later on here too. And so Michigan storm chasers, you have to admire those guys. They have quite a sense of humor. I guess they have to at times. They earlier in the week they did a post, and the post was actually a little graphic between Antarctica and Grand Rapids, Michigan. It says nearly a 200 degree Fahrenheit difference. It could be worse. Michigan summers aren't that bad. So Grand Rapids that was on last Monday. Grand Rapids was at 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Antarctica was at minus 92 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 130 degrees Fahrenheit plus with wind chills. Actually, that probably should be 130 degrees minus plus wind chills.
Are you sick of summer, Gary? Is that what you're saying?
Well, actually, one of the comments on there, somebody said, "Oh, Antarctica would probably feel good right now." Maybe a little bit too cold, I think.
Right. Tell you what, let's. I took last week off to help out a charity golf outing, and I'm like, I have nothing to give away that morning. I have something to give away this morning. In fact, it's sitting over in producer Steve's studio. It is a $20 gift certificate, all set, ready to go out the door to the first person with the correct answer at 269-382-4280 to Gary's question, which is...
So actually it involves air quality today. Surprise.
Okay.
So actually I ran across a statistic, and actually it looks like this occurred several times. So I'm not going to ask for the specific date because it's a little confusing looking for it. But I am going to ask, what is the highest air quality index, the AQI, ever recorded and where?
Okay.
And it's, I'll give you a hint, it's not in the U.S. But it was significant because I want to talk about that a little bit after we get the answer.
Okay.
So again, what is the highest air quality index ever recorded and where?
Okay.
It's a little two-parter.
I'm going to give you a hint. It's not here. We know that because Gary said that, and it's not 500.
Oh no. Well, I would tell you. At one point on Thursday, Marquette was at 1,019, so it was higher than that. Hint there.
There's a couple of hints, folks, and of course you have Google by your side. 269-382-4280. First correct caller, $20 gift certificate will be yours.
Yeah, and while you're looking at that, or if you're not looking at that and you decided just to sip coffee and find out what the answer is, today is the Michigan Loon Preservation Association's loon count. So third Saturday in July, they're trying to do this first time in 30+ years. So they're asking for your help if you are aware of loons on a lake, if you could report that. And they're trying to help that with trying to find out what the population is doing and see if they're increasing because the numbers have been going down for quite a few years. Mm-hmm. So Michigan Loon Preservation Association and their loon count today. Yeah, they would appreciate some help with that.
Okay.
And to put on your calendars, we have a partial solar eclipse coming up. Actually, it's almost a total eclipse, but you have to be over in Europe to see it. Mm-hmm. But that's coming up on the 12th of August, so put that on your calendar. We're going to be somewhere between that 10 and 20% coverage when it occurs, and on the 12th of August.
Okay.
But we still see a partial eclipse, so
yeah.
You haven't had made your travel plans and you have a chance to go, you might be able to try to find some place to go and see it in Europe. But
okay.
Yeah.
But there you go. Okay. Again, our trivia question this morning was the highest air quality index ever recorded, and where was it? 269.
People are searching. This might be one they have to search for a little bit.
Yeah, the phones haven't jumped. 269-382-4280. What is the highest air quality index ever recorded, and where was it?
So while they're looking that up, a couple of rare bird sightings in southwest Michigan this last week. In Berrien County, the summer tanager, which typically is further west in the U.S., and in St. Joseph County, Baird sandpiper, which is typically further south. So if you have a chance to get out and see some birds, it's a little more comfortable here today while you're, besides looking for loons if you're on a lake. Mm-hmm. And starting today is National Moth Week. Today through next Sunday, so 18th through the 26th, moths outnumber butterflies by a factor of 9-1. So a lot more moths than butterflies. Many moths are nocturnal. The Luna moth only lives for about a week as an adult, and not all moths eat. Some of them are even born without mouths. So some of those moths have quite the challenge. And some of them are pests, but a lot of them are pollinators, and their larvae are a lot of big food source for birds, besides other animals. Tomorrow is Lake Superior Day, so to celebrate Lake Superior, and at least today you can see it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I don't know. So. It's up in the Upper Peninsula, and they're in the smog zone right now.
They had quite the challenge up there this week. They had some wildfires up there. Isle Royale had some fires. They've had an incident with a wolf coming into some of the campsites. So they already had shut down some of the campsites, and with the air quality being horrible on Isle Royale, it really put quite the challenge on being out there. Coming up Monday is International Moon Day, so July 20th. So those of you that are old enough, like me, that can remember the first men on the moon on July 20th, 1969. And so that's in celebration of that. That was actually a declaration from the United Nations. So International Moon Day to celebrate the moon.
Yep, I watched that on TV.
I remember watching that too. And that was a few years ago.
When we had 3 channels.
Yeah. Well, we had a few more because you had UHF too, besides VHF. So.
Well, okay. Well, we had 3 channels here, but we could get South Bend,
right.
Chicago. On Channel 9, Chicago came in on a good day, whatever.
And there's always that fun with the antenna trying to get the good clear signal or not watching through a bunch of snow.
Right.
So those of you that aren't familiar with what snow on TV is, Google that and ask some of your older relatives if you're that young.
I'll tell you what, let's take a break and let's repeat our trivia question again, 269-382-4280. First correct caller, what is the highest air quality
index
ever recorded?
Yes.
And where was it?
And so air quality, I'm a little hint, air quality index is abbreviated AQI many times.
Okay.
You're probably going to have to spell it out.
Right. There you go. 269-382-4280. Let's take a break. Hopefully we get a winner very shortly here on Nature Watch on WKZO.
The highly anticipated Hydrangea Craze Days is going on today until 5 o'clock at Waddell's Nursery Florist and Garden Center. It's a great opportunity to learn about how you can have loads of blooms in your landscape without spending loads of time taking care of the plants. Join Waddell's experts at 10:15, 12:15, or 2:15 today for informative walking tours of the hydrangea beds in Waddell's landscape. There will be door prizes including hydrangea plants, hydrangea plant food, pruners, and more. Plus, until 2 o'clock, vote for your favorite hydrangeas in Waddell's display. That winning plant will also be given away as a door prize. Check out the Blue Jangles hydrangea with a great combination of beauty and hardiness. It's disease resistant and also a prolific bloomer. Or get Little Lime with light green blooms in the summer which turn pink and burgundy in the fall. For a smaller spot, get a Little Quickfire. It's only 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. Stop in today for Hydrangea Craze Days at Waddell's Nursery Florist and Garden Center.
WKZO.
I like the local news.
More local news on the radio than any other station in town. And online, too, at WKZO.com.
846. Gary, you might be right. Maybe they are out walking. Everybody.
I think maybe streaming, or if they're live streaming and they just don't want to call in and figure they're not going to get lucky enough, or they haven't found the answer yet because it did take a little bit of hunting to look for it. So I'm looking for not the date, just the time and the location.
Okay.
Or the amount of what the highest recorded amount was. So highest air quality index, and that AQI that you need to that's an official scale. Air quality index, highest air quality index ever recorded, and where. And actually, it looks like from what I was looking last night and trying to see how easy it was to find this, it was a little bit of a challenge, and I was actually going to ask for the date, and then I realized that wasn't very clear at all, so I decided not to ask for the date because it looked like it occurred several times. And at the same location, surprisingly. I thought it was very significant because I know on Thursday and some of yesterday, but especially Thursday, a lot of the areas in Michigan were the worst air quality in the world at the time. It's because that particulate matter... the 2.5 scale, and
okay, I'm going to help out a little bit while you're searching because I looked for it. highest air quality index ever recorded, and it gave me what the maximum number could be. But I do believe, okay, I have one for the U.S.
Yeah, so this is actually it's not in the U.S., and I'll give you a hint. It's in Asia.
Okay.
And it's one of the most polluted cities in the world.
The highest ever recorded here was yesterday, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago, 753, and that was in Chicago.
But that must have been Chicago, because I know one time
I was Chicago. I said it was Chicago.
Must have the highest for Chicago, because I know there was a lot of times that a lot of parts of the Upper Peninsula were in the 800s and 900s. Like I saw one point on Thursday that Marquette was like 1,019. It was like 1,011 in Munising at one point. There were several areas up there that just broke that 1,000 threshold, which is like way off the scale. If you look at the typical scale, it goes like 300 to 500 for the hazardous range.
Okay,
it's 300 plus typically.
The worst right now I'm seeing, this is on a site called IQ Air, and it monitors current air quality index. Toronto is leading everybody with 186 at this moment.
Yeah, all going to go up soon. So I know I looked at one of the lists on Thursday, and the 10 worst cities in the world, like 8 of them were in Michigan, or 7 of them, and the others were in Ontario. Like there was one someplace else in the world, and the best air quality in the U.S. Or actually, best air quality. Anybody was registering air quality index. The best ones, as far as the cleanest air, were still in the 100 plus air quality index factor. So it was actually interesting to see that, and again some Michigan areas. So again, we're looking for the highest air quality index ever recorded, and where that occurred.
All right, 269-382-4280. Jack joins us this morning. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Jack.
I'm thinking, if I can pronounce this right, Lahore, Pakistan.
That's correct.
And they've exceeded 1,900. They didn't give an exact number.
That's also correct.
What?
And it actually looks like, from what I can do research, I was looking last night because I actually going to do a 3-parter and ask for the date, but it looks like there was multiple times that it exceeded 1,900.
Yes,
and,
according to what I'm seeing, it does.
A lot of times it seemed like it occurred sometime in November. So November seems to be some of the worst air quality for them. And part of it's with where Lahore is, it's actually on the Pakistan-India border primarily, and the way the geographic area is there. I can't even talk this morning.
You'll spit it out.
That's all, folks. The valley that they're sort of in there sort of traps air in there, and so it just sort of sits there. Yeah,
it looks like it comes from New Delhi quite often. It slides over.
They get air from bad air from multiple locations, and November seems to be like some of the worst air. But that's one of the most polluted cities in the world. Typically, they're running like 100, between 100 and 200 air quality index. But yeah, 19. I was curious because I had seen the Marquette and a couple other locations over 1,000. And I'm like, whoa, 1,900. That's like you could almost eat the air, I think.
If you want to breathe better, before I send you over to producer Steve, San Francisco is currently at 21, Seattle at 21, Portland, Oregon, 18, and the cleanest air you're going to find anywhere right now, it looks like it's Auckland, New Zealand with 12.
I would think the air in South Antarctica might be kind of clear.
Oh, yeah. A little cold, though.
Yeah. Minus 92, yeah. Okay.
I might have to worry about some frostbite in the lungs with that, yeah.
All right, Jack, you're our big winner. Hang on, I'm going to send you over to Steve, okay?
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for playing along. 269-382-4280 if you want to join us. Or you can text to 80373. We have a few minutes left here.
Yeah, so actually some other fun things coming up this week. Kalamazoo Area Wild Ones on the 22nd, which is Wednesday, is doing a member garden tour in Hickory Corners area. So check their website out. That's just a sort of open house style. On the 23rd, Kellogg Bird Sanctuary is doing a monthly birding hike from 9 a.m. to 10:30. They do ask that you just stop in, bring some binoculars if you have. They have some to borrow. No registration required. There is a fee for that. And they have some additional dates on that on those Wednesdays. Another one coming up in August, September, and October. Southwest Michigan Land Conservancy had to postpone their butterfly hike. Was supposed to be Thursday a couple of days ago because of the air quality, and they actually have a new date next Thursday, the 23rd, and that's at the Chipman Preserve. It looks like there's still openings there. It's a very limited number that they can take, so you can need to register it if you want to participate with that.
Okay.
Kalamazoo Nature Center has another Terry Todd lecture coming up next Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. This is going to be a fun one. There's actually a fee for this, $5 per participant. And they asked that you please register so they have enough food, because the title of this is Can Eating Insects Save the Planet? And Chef Joseph Yoon is the founder of Brooklyn Bugs, and he's been coming up with all sorts of neat recipes, and you get to do some food sampling with insects in the ingredients. Yum, yum.
No.
Maybe some crunch.
No.
And then you can stick around after that. So that's from 7 to 9.
You guys have fun there, okay? Just have a blast. Go for it.
Actually, there's hardly any flavor. There's some of it gives a little bit of nuttiness in some of the insects, but typically not a whole lot of flavor. And you can stay there at the Nature Center, because from 9:30 to 12:30, the Astronomical Society is doing another public observing sessions.
Okay.
One of their sessions. And they're going to be highlighting the moon and double stars of summer.
And hopefully we are out of the air quality issues, and we have a nice clear
it has
sky,
some clear skies, yes.
No clouds. Michigan, I'm knocking on a lot of wood.
So actually the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, MDARD, had a statement issued on Thursday.
Okay.
The state veterinarian issued a statement on air quality and animal health. And animals get affected just like we do. So they ask that, if you have your domestic animals, your pets in that typically are in the house, would limit their time outside if you can. Obviously, the farmer with hundreds or thousands of cattle is sort of hard to take them all inside and have them get air quality. So just try to keep them so they actually can relax quite a bit. For birds and other wildlife, especially birds, make sure you have fresh water for them. And change it frequently, because that water is going to become contaminated with some of the ash that was coming down.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? I had some on my car.
Yes.
Just wow.
And the other thing that they said is actually, if you can, make sure you have some food in your bird feeders, because that will make sure that the birds don't have to do very much activity to get some food. And so they can get food very easily, and then they make sure they've got water, and that's the best thing you can do to help those birds out.
Yeah.
And probably think about doing that again. So if you haven't changed the water in your bird bath after the show here, after Andy's show, go out and change that water.
I see what you did there.
Well, you want to pay attention to Andy's show today. He's always got some neat facts. And I think he's maybe talking about hydrangeas today. I'm not quite sure. So
it's possible.
Possibly.
You know what I'm going to do after I get everything wrapped up and get the podcast on the air? I try to do that every morning before I leave here. I'm going to the farmer's market to shop for lettuce. That might be the best way to buy it right now.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, that's what they're saying with all the issues with the.
And I want a salad. I really do. I'm hungry for a salad.
So they said local farmers markets and good source of good clean food, and you can support the farmers that way too.
Right.
So make sure you got that water out for the birds and that. The other thing that they've been asking for is make sure that you keep an eye out for spotted lanternfly, and. MDARD and the DNR and Eagle are all asking that you keep an eye out and report if you see them. So remember the see it, squish it, report it. But before you squish it, take a good photo so you can identify it, and then squish it and put it in a baggie.
Smile, click.
Yeah. Interesting, a couple of weeks ago, they actually had the first sighting in Tennessee this year. They've had some before there, and obviously probably hitched a ride with a truck or some railroad cars or that. They are working on, in Pennsylvania, actually the USDA is actually working on some research on a potential natural enemy of the spotted lanternfly. It's a wasp.
Oh,
and what they're actually doing some research right now to see if make sure that the wasp, the only insect that they bother, are spotted lanternfly, and so far. The research is looking very promising.
Okay, which wasp is this? Do they have a?
So it's a tiny parasitoid wasp. It's Dryaenus Sinaitus, and that's the botanic scientific name for it.
Okay.
But it's interesting. It'll be several years before we start seeing that. But there may be a chance we may have something that's going to battle that spotted lanternfly, because they keep finding more sightings of it. And so make sure if you get an area that there are spotted lanternfly, make sure you check your vehicle very thoroughly before.
Okay.
Or when you get
this wasp. Hopefully it's kind of friendly to us humans while it's doing its job.
So this is a small wasp, and typically
okay.
those parasitoid wasps don't bother us at all.
Okay, good. Yeah, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yes.
All right. What's going on today at the shop?
Oh, we got a hydrangea event today. So lots of a plethora of hydrangeas.
I guess what Andy's going to talk about.
Well, it's a good time. The hydrangeas are blooming right now. Lots of color and everything. You can add some more to your yard. You can never have too many hydrangeas.
Oh, of course not.
Add some more in the landscape.
there you go. So you can go say hi to Gary and all of the gang over at Waddell's, and it's hydrangea day.
Yeah, and it's actually, you can breathe the air for the most part. So.
Yeah, if you get out there early.
Yeah.
That's the key. Okay. Gary, thank you, and thank you for listening to this edition of Nature Watch. Tune in each Saturday at 8:30 for Nature Watch, brought to you by Waddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. National and local news is on the way. Then Andy Waddell steps in studio for another edition of Over the Garden Fence right here on 590 and 106.9 FM WKZO.